Welcome to Strip Cover Lit. I'm Adrian Fort.
And I'm Dalton Gentry.
And we're here with this week's edition of
Variety Hour.
Yeah.
Where we talk about things that nobody cares about, but they like to hear us bitch. All right, so we have a lot of topics.
Yeah.
We have a lot to complain about.
Yeah.
Where do
You open it up.
Where do you want to
open
begin?
it up?
Now, what do you want to talk about first?
I don't know. You go.
Vacation. I just got back from vacation. I'm bearded, semi-bearded. I'm like scruffily homeless right now. It's not a good look.
Scruffly Dalton.
But this will last all of tomorrow. We went on a cruise, had a great time, saw some great things, realized some things that I hate.
What's that?
Hate people.
Hate people.
And the first thing you do on a boat, and I actually texted you this. I spent money to send a message about how furious I was. The first thing you do on a cruise is you go to the muster meeting, which is the emergency drill. They let you know what to happen if the boat is sinking. That's a good idea.
Yep.
The captain says, ladies and gentlemen, this is a meeting, blah, blah, blah. We'd just like to assure you that we have lifeboats, life raft for every individual on board. These people are assigned here. These people are assigned here. We will follow maritime law of women and children first, priority boarding, and then we will get to the men. You son of a bitch.
Children I'm all for. Get the kids on.
I'm okay with that.
But lady, you've got the right to vote. You've got the right to drive. You have the right to higher education. Welcome aboard, comrade.
If
We're all
we
equal.
are at a point right now in this great nation of the United States, whatever you want to call it, where everything is equal. Everybody is the same person now. We're all equal people.
But how come I make 70 cents to the dollar?
You get on the boat first, lady. That infuriated me.
Here's the thing. I don't give a damn about you, lady. Who's got a degree? Okay. Assuming that 30% of us will die, who will go on to further and better society? Okay? Second off, I can't swim. I can't swim.
Well, I can, but I don't want to. I also don't think, when you're in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico, there's nothing. It is darkness. I'm not going to lay out there and just wait for something to show up, whether it be a boat or something I don't want to show up.
You can't find a floating door, Dalton?
If that's the thing, if I find the door, Rose, you're getting off it. We're sharing that door or you're sinking.
There's plenty of room up there for the both of us.
There is plenty of room for the both of us. So that is how it works. Women and children board first. And if you have a penis, hopefully you won't drown. We'll get you on there eventually. Maybe your penis will float you, because you're a man's man. Die like a real man.
Yeah.
And I would like to point out that this is not Titanic era, where the musicians are playing and everybody's drinking brandy and laughing as the ship's going down because everything will be fine. It will be mass chaos. Not a single woman and child will make it on that boat before they are shoved away by a man, a woman, a child, whatever. Who's going to get on there first?
Not a woman or child will make it before a man.
I'm angry and flustered. No one's getting on that boat without a fight.
Yeah.
And nobody's getting on in the orderly fashion to the boat which they were supposed to be on. There's not going to be a queue. You're going to jump on the first boat that is going to save your ass. However, besides that lovely cruise, it was delightful. I had a great time. It was just had a good time. Wonderful, wonderful.
After I got over that being pissed off.
I feel better now, thank you.
Talk about being pissed off and being a man's man. It happens about quarterly that I am out someplace and someone asks me to jump their automobile. With whatever change of weather there is,
Okay.
someone's car dies, and Adrian's the one that has to jump them. The last time I had to jump one, it was a big old camper in a library parking lot. So, well, the time before last time, just a couple weeks ago, I was at Walmart.
All right.
I'm walking in, got to get my stuff. Some lady stops me. Excuse me, can you jump my car? God damn it. And yes, I say, God damn it. So, but I'm going to jump her car.
Yeah, you turn around, you're heading in, you get your jumper cables.
Jump her car, and while I'm jumping her car, she wants to get an attitude. I understand that I got pissy first. But lady, If you want to have your dignity, when I say God damn it, you say never mind. I've given you the time. I gave you the option. When I return to my car, my truck, and I come back to jump your car, you had better be humble Miss Daisy. Because at that point,
I agree.
You can either be pissy, keep your dignity, and be stuck at Walmart, or you can be humble, you can be nice, you can be gracious, and be dealing with a prick but on your way. You do not get both worlds, right? I understand. It is not really the best thing to do when someone asks you to jump the car to go, God damn it. But it's my choice. And you're getting your car jumped. Right?
Everybody wins.
Everybody wins. Nobody loses. I get to voice and vent my frustration. You get to go home.
All right.
At what point? It's strange this week we don't have the cigars and I'm coughing my lungs up.
Fair enough. That's why we're not smoking, Adrian. Jeez.
No, we're not smoking because you're trying to quit smoking again, but you're not.
I'm pretending.
You're pretending again. You're going to stop smoking for a day or two.
I will. All right. I don't know where to go from here. So, what did she say?
She was just pissy about it.
You know, if someone's doing you a favor,
yeah,
you should be as polite and as appreciative and thankful as possible.
No matter what that person's disposition
if that person's pissed off, they are still taking time to stop and help you.
I am just a curmudgeon. It is just my personality. I just don't like people.
I'd like to point out that no one ever stops to ask me to jump their car.
Well, maybe with that...
Oh, maybe with this...
that 9 o'clock shadow there.
Nobody's like, sir, can you jump my car, my little micro car? I don't have jumper cables, so it's probably a good thing.
If you put jumper cables in the back of your car, it probably would be weighed down. You wouldn't make it home on that tank of gas.
Fair enough. So, while I was gone, apparently this became a thing, and I figured I'd get your opinion on it. The American $20 bill. They are wanting to take Andrew Jackson off of it. And I believe the current frontrunner to replace Andrew Jackson is Harriet Tubman. Thoughts?
Here's the thing. I am not for presidents on currency anyway. It doesn't make sense. They're politicians. They were not necessarily great people. Andrew Jackson is getting an undue amount of criticism because of this. All of these social justice warrior types want to make Andrew Jackson out to be a monster. Andrew Jackson was simply a product of his time. Yeah. You cannot blame Andrew Jackson for being racist and killing Indians. That was what you did as an American at the time. So
he was a patriot.
If you were willing to say, oh, Andrew Jackson was a monster because of X, Y, and Z, everyone from that era United States was a monster.
Absolutely.
Okay, there may have been 4 or 5 non-racist people in the entire country, but even a stalwart the likes of Thomas Jefferson owned slaves. Okay?
Yeah.
So if Thomas Jefferson was a slave owner, how are you making out Andrew Jackson to be some just deplorable human being when he did what it was that was assumed of someone at the time?
It's ridiculous to me. It
yeah,
really is.
I've gone on about this at length in other videos, I think. You can make him out to be whatever you want to make him out to be. You're an idiot.
Okay.
Along those same lines, fine, Harriet Tubman, I'm not against it. I still don't understand why we don't have scientists on currency, why we don't have artists on currency.
Well, most other countries do. Most other countries have famous artists. They have scientists. They have achievements for the country, like architecture designs, things like that. We have presidents because these are the founding fathers of our country. That's great. But they are, like you said, politicians. Now, I did read an article saying that the original thought was to take Alexander Hamilton off the bill because who the hell cares about Alexander Hamilton? However, the hit Broadway musical Hamilton has come forward. I haven't seen it yet. I really want to. And apparently everybody loves Alexander Hamilton now, and he's a hero of his time. And therefore, we can't get rid of him. George Washington, can't get rid of him. Lincoln, Andrew Jackson. He's the cut.
Alexander Hamilton was every bit the scoundrel that Andrew Jackson was.
Absolutely. So was Washington.
Yeah.
You can argue Lincoln, not so much, but he was a different time, a different era. But Lincoln had his fallacy.
Yeah, Lincoln was not Lincoln's original plan, and maybe this is just urban legend. Lincoln wanted to free the slaves and send them back to Africa. Isn't that true?
I have no idea.
From what I've heard, that was the thing. Because how do you all of a sudden, as a country, take on this?
All these people.
All these people that are now citizens, and you were just responsible for.
So from what I've read, and this article could have been wrong. This is just my understanding. What I've got: $20 bill, Harriet Tubman. The back will feature prominent civil rights and feminist leaders, such as Sojourner Truth will be on there. Susan B. Anthony will be on there. And that's it. That's our selection. The $10 bill will feature the reverse side, because Hamilton's staying. Reverse side will feature Martin Luther King, other civil rights and women's rights activists. Nothing else.
So nothing on the back of the one.
The
nothing
only
on the back
thing
of the
that
5,
matters,
the 50, the 100.
The only thing that matters in the United States right now is social rights.
I'm not against that.
That's okay.
Mattering is good.
But if we're celebrating achievements, shouldn't we be celebrating more achievements?
Well, here's the thing. There is a deep vein of anti-intellectualism alive and well in the United States. If you are educated, if you are intelligent, if you have done anything with your life besides make money, someone somewhere is suspicious of you. And I know that this is coming off of the anti-social justice warrior rant, so, well, but we're celebrating Harriet Tubman, we're celebrating Martin Luther King Jr., we're celebrating ... Yes, that's fine. That's
great.
Good. These were people who did not make money with their lives, but they are also the movement flavor of the week, right?
Yes, they are. The American currency is supposed to be a long-running thing. I mean, how long has Jackson been on the 20? Quite a while.
30s
this
at least.
is the flavor of the week. That's a perfect way to say that. Now, in addition, I'm not against.
Right. These are people who have been deserving to be on
Absolutely.
currency since they did everything that they had done.
But they run the same theme.
Right.
And that's fine, but can't we spice it up a little bit? Can't we put somebody else in there? Can't we put a scientist in there? One of the most prolific authors of all time, labeled one of the greatest authors of all time, is Ernest Hemingway, an American.
Very American.
I would pay, if they put Hemingway on a $1 bill, I would specifically pay with ones the rest of my life.
I would probably have to avoid getting ones so that I would not collect them.
And Hemingway would never be happier than at a strip club.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
That very good point.
Thank you. That's what I'm here for. I'm really excited that just dawned on me. Anyway, what else do you got? Let's get off of that because we're not going to win that argument.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
I don't know if you've seen this.
Okay.
They recently started selling toilet paper without the cardboard roll in the middle.
Monsters.
I think it's beautiful. I think it's wonderful. You've got to think of it this way. It's more economic.
Yes.
Right? You might not be saving very much on a roll of toilet paper as you produce it, but you are saving a lot on the billions of rolls of toilet paper that you are producing, right? So that is a way to increase profits without increasing numbers, right?
Okay.
You're not charging more, but you're doing less and making more.
It's a good economical move.
Right. This is environmentally friendly because not only are you not producing the billions of pounds of cardboard, you are not using that cardboard to stuff up trash bags, which are then full faster, which then multiply, which again, it's easy to say, well, how many rolls of cardboard do you have in one trash bag, ... All you have to do is simply run the thought experiment of one less times how many.
Billions.
And it becomes measurable.
It does.
Now, for the greatness of America to move on, we have to find a lot more answers like this, right?
Okay.
We have to find a lot more ways for little changes to measure up to a difference that reduces our footprint.
America, founded on freedom, surviving on toilet paper.
Exactly.
Carry
so,
on.
what do you do then? You do the responsible thing, and you split that newfound profit with your consumer, even 80-20. you're making a difference in people's lives.
Okay.
Because you have to have toilet paper. So they've done this. They've reduced their footprint. They have become more profitable. And they are, to celebrate that Americanism, to celebrate that triumph, and to share with their own consumer, they are charging more for those rolls of toilet paper.
Well, of course they are. You know
More.
why?
Because it is the social justice warrior thing to do.
Yes, it is. It's that flavor of the
Be
week.
green.
Now, let's talk about being green.
Okay.
I have nothing against that.
Okay.
If you want to go live in the woods without power, without running water, electricity, if you want a composting toilet, Godspeed. Good for you. Glad you're doing it. I'm not that person. I'm needy. I'm never going to own a composting toilet. I will use toilet paper, and I will flush and use a septic system. I compost. I drive a small car. I buy the extra $1 for the energy efficient lights to save whatever. And you do little things like that, but I can't be one of those people who is, I'm 100% green, no carbon footprint. No, I can't do that. But it seems like there's a complete divide. You either are or you aren't.
Right.
There's no in between.
You are 100% or you are 0%.
Exactly.
You are with us or you are against us.
Exactly
Right.
So I don't know where to go from that. I mean, we always talk about capitalism.
Well, I think
finest.
it's deeper than that. I think it goes back to anti-intellectualism before capitalism.
Okay.
Well, not necessarily the 9-roll toilet paper without the cardboard in it. That goes back to capitalism, you fucks. But the whole you are with us or you are against us. When Bush said that about Iraqistan, right? When Bush said that about terrorism, he was smashed.
Oh, yes.
Right? How stupid can you be to say something like that?
Well, he blatantly said it. Didn't skip.
Yeah. There are no shades of gray in this. Are you serious? Are you sure? In this short amount of time, we have gone so far anti-intellectual that even the progressive movements are you are with us or you are against us.
Oh, yeah.
Even the progressive leftist movements are you are with us or you are against us, which is where you get the term regressive left, right? So it's just, I don't know.
It's ridiculous. And
It's taxing.
it is. I'm just imagining a guy in the toilet paper factory,
Yeah.
and like he forgot to put the cardboard roll on, and it just rolled, and it was like fine. And he's just looking at it, he's like, my God, I've done it. And he ran up to his boss. He's like, look, we don't need the rolls. It's fine.
After which, he was promptly fired.
He was fired.
For disobedience, and they stole his idea.
And they stole his idea, and they're like, you know what? People get behind this.
Yeah.
Charge them an extra $1 a roll.
Yeah.
They'll buy it.
It's green.
It's ridiculous. It's like organic vegetables. Organic vegetables are 100 times more expensive than a vegetable. Now, I'm going to admit,
GMO.
probably a little more expensive to produce because you don't get a big of a yield because you're going to lose some. But it's a fucking carrot.
Right.
There's no difference. I'm done.
It's smaller.
You do.
It is less.
Okay. Do you have anything else you'd really like to complain about this week on Variety Hour?
You had some things you wanted to say about your vacation, didn't you?
I not specifically. I could complain. I don't like people. I went on a large cruise to get away from people, which it was all right. We went on Carnival. I think I can say that. Not endorsing them. Not saying anything bad against them. Had a great time. Did a lot of drinking. Did a lot of reading. Did a little writing. And just enjoyed not being at home. Relaxed. People suck, man. The Carnival employs a large amount of people who, from my understanding, do not make a large amount of money. That seems to be pretty common knowledge. They work for close to slave wages. The nicest people you'd ever meet, who will do everything in the world for you. And people blatantly take advantage of them on the boat. And that's what bothered me more than anything, is people suck. People with lots of money suck. And I felt bad for the people who were like waiting on me. Granted, by the end of the week, I'm like, they're 30 minutes late with my breakfast. I'm getting very distraught. But we made it a point to, tip everybody, to give them just a little bit of something extra. Nobody would take cash. You had to force it upon them or sneak it to them. But it was all right. Just people suck. We went to an art auction, at which I'm like, all right, I'll drink some free champagne. I learned a little bit about art. It was nice. And then they bring out a painting, and it goes for $4,000. I'm like, well, I'll enjoy some champagne. Maybe something will come along closer to my spending level. And then this lady buys 10 pieces of art, back to back, for $2,000, $3,000 a pop. At what point do you have enough money to spend that to just put it on your wall? Maybe, if it looks all right in the light.
Right.
We're doing something wrong.
We are. It goes back to capitalism, and it goes back to intellectualism, because of course it does. Possibly it goes back to nihilism at some point. I'll get there.
Intellectualism.
Yes.
We visited 3 countries.
Okay.
Jamaica, Cayman Islands, and Mexico.
Yeah.
Mexico was the third. The third country we visited on the 6th day. And as we're on the gangway
Dalton created...
On the 6th day, Dalton created furious anger. We're getting off on the gangway.
Okay.
Passport in hand, because we are entering a foreign country. And people behind us are throwing a fit that they have to have a passport to get off the boat. And that is beneath them. And they are making the man who's just there giving information run to their room to get their passport for them because they can't manage to get off and lose their place in line. And that is despicable. And that is ignorant. And these are the same people who are voting for people in political office to strengthen our borders. Because we can't let anybody in. We can't just let anybody in. These are the same people who are pissed off because they're waiting 20 minutes to get off the boat because they have to go through customs. I'm done.
Well, it's awesome when other people can't get in. But when you are minorly inconvenienced.
When you're inconvenienced, it's the end of the world.
Right. I cannot stand people. I cannot stand... This will take us almost full circle back to me having to jump a car. If I ask someone, hey bud, not starting up, you think you can help me out? God damn it. Okay, that's fine. I'll be stuck. I've got too much dignity. I have too much pride. I could not... Somebody tells me, I am not... why do I have to have my passport? You need to go back to my room and get it. Oh, do I? I'll be in Mexico. Where will you be?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'd be fired.
Yep.
I would be finding a job in Mexico because they wouldn't let me get back on the boat.
Yep. I just go back full circle. When my car breaks down and I need a jump, I don't have dignity. I'm the damsel in distress.
Yeah.
I will make an effort to call or text anyone that I know who lives in the area to maybe come help me out because I know them. But if not, I'm not talking to anybody. I will sit there and just be like, oh, help! Oh, boys, help!
Yes, yeah, I don't know that I could find it in me to ask a stranger for help.
I can't.
I would call a tow service.
It bothers me.
Yeah.
We were eating dinner, and significant other ordered a coffee before dessert. Man brings the coffee, pours the coffee, the full works, everything. Didn't bring a spoon. No big deal. She starts stirring with a butter knife that she had at the table. This man comes running down the hallway, looking like he is about ready to cry, and apologizing left and right for forgetting her spoon for her coffee. I don't care. It's all right.
Yeah. That would make me so nervous.
I can't be that person. I don't know. I just... that.
Being in a position where someone is waiting on you would make me so nervous. What am I supposed to be doing here? What is my end of this bargain? Am I supposed to be sleeping with you?
Joselito seemed to... he might be for it. Here's my thing. Had a great time on the cruise. The Carnival cruise was exactly what I wanted. Beautiful trip, beautiful time. Maybe next time they don't book the other 4,000 people, and then I'll like it even more.
We did just read The Old Man in the Sea.
We did.
You've got to just get your own boat.
Actually, I like to fish. I love to fish. I think we've talked about this before because you've never fished.
Right.
I would love to own just a small boat. Doesn't even have to be a motorboat. Something you can just go out to a lake in Missouri and fish.
Dalton, I don't think you're paddling anywhere. I think you're misestimating what goes into this.
Have I told you the story when we took a rowboat?
Uh-uh.
A friend and I took a rowboat out one time. Loaded up with beer, fishing gear. Had a great time. Quite a row out there. Your arms get tired. we drink all day in the sun. And when you drink in the sun, it's different because you're just drinking it like water, and it doesn't affect you. You're just drinking for sustenance. And as the sun starts to go down, and it hits us, and we're drunk, and I'm looking around, I'm like, I gotta roll back out. And we switch on and off so many times at the end. I'm just like pushing an oar like this. I'm like, I can't do my arm. Maybe the breeze will bring us in. But no, I think that's a great thing. I'd love. We need to go on a fishing trip. That's what we need.
If we hit 550 before the end of summer and fishing season, or I don't know how you guys do it, we will record a fishing trip.
That's a disaster waiting to happen.
I think it is, but I think we can get away with it. I think we can do it.
We'll make
pull
it happen.
off.
And if you like that and you want to make it happen, or you just enjoy listening to us complain, or hell, even talk about books.
Well, before we get to that, just to reiterate, for our 400 subscriber thank you, we will have an Ask Me Anything video. You can either post your questions in the comment section to that video, or it is Ask Me literally anything. Anything! So, if you would wish to remain anonymous with your questions, you can find us on Twitter at StripCover, and you can ask us in a direct message whatever you want, and the internet at large will not know that it was you who asked.
And we will keep our Twitter questions confidential.
Confidential.
And we will attempt to have a response video where we answer these questions. It could get ugly.
It will be ugly.
And we're ready for that.
Yes.